He's a content creator on TikTok, a podcast host, a life coach, and one of the P's in the pod to the Podcast Connection Network. Hunter Allen, welcome in.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm phenomenal. Fantastic. Amazing.
Any other words?
For your sake, chaotic. For your sake, chaotic. How about that?
It's always chaotic up in here. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, for the sake of this, tell us a little about yourself. So we met on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we met on TikTok. It's crazy how things happen actually, because neither one of us really associate with the person that introduced us. So it's a beautiful thing actually. But TikTok.
Hey, I'm grateful for it. I am grateful for it.
Yes.
Shout out to Ryan.
I'm a content creator. I advocate for men's mental health. I promote self-love and emotional intelligence. I'm a life coach and a podcaster. I'm a brick and block mason. I'm a dad. I'm a friend. I'm all the things. I'm a guy. I'm a man's man.
You're a guy.
Mm.
What were you referred to as the other day? You're a lumber snack.
Lumber snack. Lumber snack. I chop wood. I chop wood for fun.
And he does this on live sometimes, so he kind of does it to himself.
I mean, whatever brings the attention, right?
Right.
That's the point of TikTok. The attention.
Right? Oh my gosh. All right. But let's try to be serious.
Serious.
I don't think we can. I think I timed it. We have like 5 minutes of being serious, and it just goes right to
all the things.
Right to chaos. All the chaos.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So we've chatted about, when we're on our TikTok lives, we speak a lot on mental health and, the different things. And we actually had, for context, a really good conversation the other day about the cliche, like hurt people.
Yeah.
But also how your trauma should not necessarily be an excuse to hurt other people, because we've been there. We both have.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I've definitely hurt a lot of people.
Same.
Both physically and emotionally. And I own that. I'm not proud of it, but I own what I've done, because that allowed me to forgive myself,
Right.
Like, I don't know how much detail you want me to go into, but I've done some.
As much as you want, sweetheart.
I've for example, I used to be a taxman for a drug dealer, and I would go.
Which that one threw me when you told me. I was like, "There's no way. You look so innocent," which I guess is kind of the point.
Yep, yeah, that's the point. And people they look at me and they think, "Oh, this guy's nothing. He's nothing to like." But then they see me, like they start to feel my presence, and then they get scared. And that was that dominating presence that I have. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I do. I have that dominating presence when I want it to be there. And I would use that to get to, to let go of a lot of pain that I was holding on to, but B, make money. Now I don't do this anymore. And the person that I was working for, I guess, she's since passed away. So like legally there's nothing nobody can do about it. So, so I'm safe. I'm safe in that regard. But,
right.
I learned how to, release my pain by causing pain to other people. And while I've forgiven myself for that now, there's still some people that I know that have not, and they still hold on to that pain, and they hate me for it. And there's nothing I can do about that other than be a better person now rather than, hold on to what I used to be. So.
Well, yeah. How do you deal with people kind of leaving those bridges burned, or also just take one look at you and don't want to believe in any progress, any change, any self-improvement, all of that. They see like what you're doing on TikTok now and they're like, that's a whole bunch of shit.
Right, right.
How do you deal with that?
As long as I stay true to myself, like, cause like I'm not pretending to be something I'm not, which makes it easy. It makes it really easy to be me. I don't. Yes, it still hurts sometimes, but because
Mm-hmm.
I'm still causing pain, but it's not my fault. It's not my intention to do so. They're doing that to themselves. So I don't. I guess it was just it took a sense of finding myself, a sense of getting to know myself, isolating myself from everybody, and learning about myself and what causes me to do certain things and how to forgive myself and be a better person. Like
Right.
I can never take back what the pain that I've caused to people, but I can make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I don't do that again to people from here on. So it took a lot of work on myself, and it was hard and it was scary and it was a lot of alone time. But I love my alone time now, so it
Yeah,
was worth it. Definitely worth it.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I didn't. I wasn't that level. Um, it's still on the same. It's still on the wrong side of whether you're hurting people or not. So I'm not saying like, oh, mine was so much better. Um, I did just being borderline. You set a lot of fires, a lot of fires,
Yeah.
and there are. I deal with people all the time that I'm no longer friends with, and I know that door is shut, and I had to be okay with that. And also there's a lot of people that don't think I'm a good person still, and that's okay because half the time I don't think I'm a good person still, but
Right. Sorry, and
we
my
just
my experience of you has never been bad though. I never seen you as a bad person or somebody who does mean things or bad things. Like, do you have an attitude? Sure, and I love it. But like, so when you say like you don't see that side of me in me, I don't see you as a bad person. Like you're just this little cute bundle of energy that's just chaotic. That's literally what I see
you
you as.
just call me cute.
Yeah, I know it's gross. Get it? Blah blah blah. Whatever.
I feel like a chipmunk. Like a chipmunk is cute.
um. Yeah. See, you liked it. You secretly like being called cute. You're blushing.
You're grounded.
And that's the end of the episode. Goodbye.
And scene.
No, I so like my experience of you has never been a bad one, and but it just goes to show the amount of progress you've made within yourself, and it's we're in the same boat in a sense because we
Mm-hmm.
both have done stuff we're not proud of. We both burnt bridges, and we've both grown and used those things to help other people. You've helped me a lot. You've helped me a lot. So, with
Oh.
well, you have like ever since I met you, and you came into my life at a time that I needed you without knowing that I needed you.
Guys, we have it on recording. Hunter Allen needs people.
This is two
If you know, you know.
2 days in a
It's
row.
been a little bit of a point of TikTok live contention where he's just like, I don't need anybody, and we're all just like, but you need us.
Yes, yes.
It's getting a lot easier and quicker for you to say, so I'm very proud of you for that one.
Well, it's going from me saying that I need people to me allowing people or me knowing that people actually want to be in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And nope, I've never felt that before. Yeah, I've never acknowledged the fact that people want to be in my life. I always push people away. So,
Girl, same.
girl,
Um,
girl, please.
girl, same.
But you've helped me a lot. Just listening to your podcast and just having conversations with you because I dated someone with borderline and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
No, and I'm also not tooting my own horn, but I'm the first person to be like, it's borderline in CPSD. Oh my God, CPTSD. Wasn't good at this in algebra, not good at it with acronyms. It's fine. But it's a lot to deal with. And while if you can handle it, we'll love you to the end of time. But also, there's the days where we absolutely loathe your existence. Like there are days the fact that my husband is breathing irks me.
Mm.
It does. And I can't help that. I hate those days.
Yeah.
But there are days, and I'm just like, am I going to like him tomorrow? I don't know.
Hmm.
So, and that's it's rough, but also, that doesn't justify any kind of like abusive behavior from people suffering from BPD, or kind of using it as an excuse. And I've had those conversations where I'm just like, they XYZ, like, if you're okay with that, that's fine, but like that, like, just because they're borderline or whatever doesn't give them like a get out of jail free card
Right.
for a lot of stuff.
I
It opens up for more grace and understanding, but there are also still limits and boundaries and stuff like that even people that struggle with those have to adhere to.
Yeah. Like I feel like I was giving this person that I was dating a lot of get out of jail free cards. And when I talked to you, like you were very matter of fact, very like you know you need to do this and this and this, and if you do this, this will happen. And I had you, and then I had Seth as well, but both there were different perspectives. Like Seth
Mm-hmm.
coming from a therapeutic angle, and you coming from personal experience.
This is literally my life.
Right. So you definitely showed me, like you guided me through it. The beginning stages and then the very quick end stages. So,
Yeah.
but it's still not. It's like I don't think. I mean, it's over between her and I, but clearly she's still like I don't know. She's still hanging on to something. But
I don't know. I haven't seen anything, so
yeah, it's
I was just there to be a listening ear and give my unbiased advice, and that was that.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, it was good, and that like you helping me through that made me a believer of the fact that people made me more of a believer that people can grow and change and then use their experiences to help others. But first, we have to heal as much as we can. So you did a great job,
Yeah.
and you're doing a great job, and I'm grateful for you.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. I mean, you've also helped not. I mean, you've definitely helped on like those just deeper, like having more than a surface conversation kind of things. I mean, watching your lives and stuff like that, and just having these authentic conversations. You know, I can't be serious for more than 10 minutes, but
All right.
just having these conversations where we can talk about things like, when you talk about gossip, and we had a really, really authentic, if I say authentic one more time, I swear to God, but we had a really like open, real conversation about what our version of gossip is versus venting or, this, that, and the other thing. And it was really eye-opening because the way I grew up, gossip was in the form of a prayer chain, but it was pray for Betty Sue. She,
Right. Right.
just, it was like that. I mean, I had so many rumors spread about me in my college years in church because of a concerned friend and prayer requests, and I no longer speak to that person, and I
Right.
still might, like, it might just be on site. I don't know, but ugh, I don't hold grudges, but when I do,
Right.
I hold grudges. Like, I let a lot go. But if you have like super crossed me to the point where you have tried to affect my reputation in a really bad way, you're trying to affect my paycheck, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
But also,
That's fair
yeah.
as far as the paycheck, anyway. The reputation. that's hard
It
because it
depends.
depends. Yeah, it
It
depends.
depends on the level.
Hmm.
I was 18 being shit talked about. It
Yeah,
sure, and it was a nightmare. But
yeah.
like, now if the same thing was going around,
Wouldn't care.
whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever. Like, go on.
yeah. I mean,
That kind of thing. But I'm also,
yeah.
31 and married, and
People used to call me a slut or like a womanizer. People
oh,
still,
that was the thing. She
yeah.
she found out that I was no longer pure as the driven snow, and was praying for my virtue, and I'm like, sweetheart,
Why is that in any of their business? Because they're jealous that they couldn't do the same thing.
it must be like waiting till marriage sucks. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know how they. I don't know how people can do that. I don't know how you can wait till
I don't
marriage. Because what if the
look if
sex is
you
bad?
can.
What if the sex is bad after marriage?
Literally, but like honestly, if you can, all the freaking power to you. I think it's wonderful.
No.
I think that the concepts that are taught in church behind it are a little toxic. But I think if personally that was something that you wanted to do and you have zero regrets about it, absolutely. Like, you do you. I'm not judging you as much as I don't want to be judged for the fact that I didn't. Like,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Sex is an important part of a relationship.
It really
If it's
is.
not good,
They harp on it in church about how great it is between man and wife.
right.
What the
Right.
hell?
So I mean, at least you got to test drive the car before you buy it.
Oh my God. That's so cliche.
I mean, I'm serious though. Like, I'm serious.
I know, but it's so bad.
I mean, like, honestly, for me, like, I would rather, if I ever get married again, we're living together before we make that commitment, because
Oh my God.
you don't
A
know somebody
thousand
until you
percent.
live with them. You do not know somebody until you live with them.
You do not.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can attest. I mean, my husband and I have been living together literally pretty much since we started dating, and it's still an
Yeah. Didn't you
adjustment.
move in with like a week or something after you met him?
It was like 2 months. Thank you. It was like a year in military time,
You told me that, and I
Hunter.
was like, "Oh shit!" And you're still together. Good for
Well,
you. Good for you.
it's a little tough some days, but we the spare bedroom is a nice little like hypothetical escape. So like, it drives me too nuts. Like,
Yeah.
also, we need to normalize not sleeping in the same bed. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I hear a lot of couples doing that. That's to me
It's
that's mind
like,
blowing, because I have to have my hand like on a thigh or like on a
no,
tit or
see,
something.
my husband's very snuggly too, and I'm just over here like, don't touch me.
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, get off me. But 'cause, I mean,
Well, I mean, we sleep in bed with us, and then our
animals.
55-pound Australian Shepherd,
Oh my goodness.
and she has learned that she can't curl up in a ball. So when you wake up in the morning, she's literally between the two of us, like long ways. And it's very cute because she opens up her eyes and then she's just like kind of moving her head towards you for like the morning blem, and I'm like, no.
You're like, babe, is that you? Nope, that's a tongue. Never mind. Just kidding.
Oh no, I know it's not him, but because he's not that furry. Oh my God, that would be bad. But like, then we have like, I've got one kitten between my knees, and he's got another kitten between his knees. And for some reason, Max is not allowed up on the bed, but he's 19 pounds. So if
Wow.
it's even chaotic when we sleep. Okay, this is just my brand.
Please tell
This
me you have
this
bigger than
just
like a
is.
queen. Do you have like a California
No, we have a
king?
queen. Like,
Oh God.
it's yeah. But honestly, even if we got a king, I swear to God, they'd still all be on my side of the damn bed.
That's interesting. Do you think they'd roll or like slide towards the heavier side, which would
No,
be? Oh wow.
no, because like we've slept in a king size bed when like we've watched my nephew when my sister's gone away on a trip or something, and she's got a king, and the dog is right up against my back,
Hmm.
and my husband's over here on his nice little island, and I'm just like,
Well, that
oh,
just means you're more comfy.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, your dad likes snuggling. I don't move.
But
It's
sleeping in
fine.
separate beds. I mean, that's I've heard a lot of people do it, but I don't know. I mean, maybe if I ever get to the point where I'm like in a committed relationship again, and it's something I'll talk about. I'll be like, hey, so what are your thoughts on separate beds at times? We'll see.
It's actually kind of funny because when we get hotels, we usually get like, you just go with like two queens or something. And I'll get ready, and like the queen, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, it's separate beds. Like, this is great." And he's like, "Get over here." I'm like, but I sleep next to you all the time. Meanwhile, I'm bitching because like he works late and I'm like, what do you mean I have to go to bed alone? It's I don't know what I want. I just
I
don't.
don't know what I want.
But there's sometimes that it's nice where you can just, especially when he's got like drill or something, I can like stretch out. The dog takes his side of the
Stretch
bed and
out.
I have
You're five
room.
foot. How much are you stretching?
You know what? My dog is 55 pounds and she manages to take up the whole damn bed. So I don't know. It's magic.
Are your feet touching the floor right now?
No.
It's so cute. I love that. I just imagine you just
hate
swinging
you.
your legs. It's adorable.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Oh my god.
It's adorable.
I'm just over here with like my ankles crossed, just swinging them back and forth. Like, damn it.
Love you.
Love you. But I mean, to circle back, what I was saying is you were actually my podcast mentor. And I know you're just like, how? But you taught me a lot. And your first thing was like, get real up close and personal with the damn mic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, thankfully I have a decent interface that I don't have to like
make out with it.
Yeah, I there's my DNA is not necessarily on the mic. So that's
I mean,
it's always, well, I know technically, but you know, I'm not like
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
You know. But speaking of we're trying to have some form of control on here. But so you have a mini series on your podcast. What the hell is that about? Because you've been doing little ones here and there. So I'm curious.
So I started with why I believe religion and politics are destroying the world and what it's doing to us. And now instead of just complaining about what I think is wrong with the world, I'm offering tools or suggestions, which are purely my opinions, but I've seen them work in smaller groups of people. I'm offering tools and suggestions on what will change the world, what will effectively change the world, starting with empathy. Empathy's huge.
Yeah.
And then communication. And then it'll just be like a, I don't know, 12, 14, 200-part series where,
200-part series. That's, I don't know if that's a series or like your brand at that point.
Right. I feel like a lot of people complain about what's going on in the world and don't offer any solution. Other than make sure you listen to what I say because I'm right. Because I'll never say that I'm right about anything. I don't know anything. I just know what makes me feel right and the things that I've done in my life to improve my life. And that's what I share. That's what I offer. Am I perfect? Far from. Do I believe that we'll ever have a perfect world? Absolutely not. We need that chaos in order to understand peace. Yeah, we need you. We need you, Heather. But we need if I want a world for my grandchildren and great grandchildren to live in, we have to do something now because I know that I'll never see those changes in the world in my lifetime. I know that.
Right.
But if it means offering up something better for my kids and grandchildren and great grandchildren, I will fight for that.
Right.
So
No, that's look, you're doing a whole lot better than keyboard warrior ing it.
Yeah.
So you're actually speaking out about it versus just sitting there.
I mean, sometimes I get shit on, right? Like sometimes I do the keyboard warrior thing, but like in a honest, helpful, kind way, and I still get shit on. So it doesn't matter how I come about it. I'm still going to get the hate.
Hang on. I'm preparing for the incoming gray loaf.
Oh, I thought you were trying to touch the ground.
No.
I'm sorry.
Hang on.
It's adorable, okay? I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying it's cute. It's cute. Hey, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's bigger than you.
It's a Max. I, I, yeah, we know. Hi, buddy.
Wow.
This is what we deal with. I know, he's gigantic.
Welcome to the Chaos
He
Corner.
used to literally fit. Literally. That's what I should have named the damn podcast.
Yes.
The Chaos Corner. It's fine. He just needed to have a visit. And then
Well, hello.
Yeah, this is the reason I'm still alive, literally. We were talking about it on a different episode with my guest Lisa Sugarman, and we were talking about like ridiculous reasons to stay, and that was my reason, because I knew he's kind of a handful, and I knew that nobody would probably want to take him because he's a little chaos demon like I am. So I was like, I can't do anything because nobody's gonna take Max, and I can't do that to him.
Right.
He's got separation anxiety. So yes, everybody, I literally did not off myself because of my cat.
That's interesting you say that, because the person that I was dating that has borderline, she had cats, and she said the same thing.
Yeah, we just collect cats.
So
literally, crazy cat lady.
Cat lady, hello. Is there some correlation?
We have to have the crazy to go with the brand.
But cause cats can feel your emotions, right? So they know when you're struggling, and they'll come in.
Yeah.
At least for her, like her cats would come lay on her chest and calm her down.
My cat that rest in peace, she died last October, not this past October, but October 2022. She was my soul cat. She was literally my soulmate in a 7-pound floof. And anytime I was depressed or my body was giving out and I was extra achy, she would come up, lay on my chest, and just purr. And there were so many times this year I was just like, where is she? But then I have this one that tries to do that, except he's 19 pounds and I might
can't
suffocate.
Breathe. Get off me.
Literally, I'm like, buddy, oh my God.
Yeah.
He learned at a very young age that he could just use his, if I was laying on my stomach when I was sleeping, because he likes to eat my hair because he got taken away from his mother a little too young.
Yeah.
He's also a Maine Coon mix. He's not a fat cat, guys, for those that are watching the YouTube. He is a Maine Coon mix, I'm pretty sure. He's just gigantic. I mean, you saw him. He's not fat. He's just
big kitty. Faffy. Big kitty.
He is a big freaking cat. So actually, funny story. When we were living in the rental that my husband's cousin owns, he was at the house in the dining room, and it was the first time Max had walked out. And he was talking, and he does a double take, and he's like, it's a big fucking cat. I'm like, that's Max. That's Max.
It's a good name, too.
That's my
good name.
He's his full name is Max Dennison from Hocus Pocus. Yep, I adopted him right before Halloween. Oh. So, yeah, and he has lived up to his name, because he's a big idiot, but we love him. He's such an idiot, but we adore him.
Cats are intelligent. They're intelligent creatures.
He is pretty smart, except for the one time he got himself up in a tree over a 4-pound, like, I don't think 4-pound, but like an itty-bitty stray cat, and he was meowing, and I come outside, and I'm like, buddy, where are you? And it's at night. I'm like, buddy, where are you? I'm like, why does it sound like you're above me? And all of a sudden, I'm looking at this cat 15 feet in the air, and I'm like, Lord help me. Thankfully, like, he managed to go with my hand signals of being like, okay, go to that branch, go to that branch.
You didn't have to call the fire department? I've never seen a firefighter, like, save a cat.
I literally was about to Google, what do you do when your cat's in a tree? Because I was like, there's no way the fire department... Actually, the fire department does get cats out of trees.
Really?
They actually do. Yeah, because cats can climb up trees, but a lot of times they don't know how to get down, which is how they get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the fire department.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, no, I would just climb the tree myself if I cared that much about the cat. Well, what? I'm not gonna... Your face, you're like... You were insulted by
cats.
That.
You know what? Honestly, the older I get, the more the eHarmony cat lady that went viral on YouTube, like, 20 years ago, the more she makes sense. Mm-hmm. I thought this woman was freaking ridiculous when I first saw this video. And now I too also have small mental breakdowns over the fact that cats don't, especially when it gets cold out. I literally get like very, very sad over. I'm just like, oh no, there's like probably cats outside that you, and it's bad. So Debbie, if you're listening to this, I get it now. I think that's what her name was. I think it was Debbie.
Oh
We are
goodness.
so off topic. It's not even funny.
Yeah, no, you started it.
Oh my god. It started a lot. So why podcasting, Hunter? Why podcasting?
Um, honestly, I got talked into it. So on TikTok,
Same.
I was doing my thing, and
Mm-hmm.
her name was Spicy Lily on TikTok, which
I don't think I know
you
her.
don't because she's not on TikTok anymore. She doesn't even do her podcast anymore. She got married and disappeared. Um,
Suspicious.
well, I mean, by disappeared, I mean she's just stopped coming around like the group and like she still posts on Instagram, but so she's not
Oh,
like
okay.
MIA. She just stopped doing what she was doing, and
I was just gonna say I'm about to go through some true crime podcasts real quick.
right. I don't know her real name actually. So she was a therapist on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
she was starting a podcast, and I she asked me to be a guest on her podcast, and I was like her third episode, and I was like, yeah, sure. I was scared out of my mind, scared. I had written notes and of what we were going to talk about, and we recorded. When we started recording, I was like reading and not answering her questions, just reading. And then
Mm-hmm.
I took a deep breath and I said, okay, I got to stop. Put the book down and we just had a conversation. And it went really well. It was actually her best, like her highest listened episode. And then she said, Hunter,
Ooh, look at you.
I know.
I'm just toss.
She said, Hunter, she said, I suck at podcasting, but you should do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then it was like right before, well, it was like the beginning of 2022. People kept saying, do a podcast, do a podcast, do a podcast. And I gave into the peer pressure. And so I released a podcast on my birthday in 2022. And I did it. I had a lot of fun with it. It wasn't the best, but I had a lot of fun
Mm-hmm.
with it. And then a lot of things happened, and I ended up losing my entire podcast and I had to start over. And it just so happened to be April 13th, 2023. So almost a year, well, like just a little over a year after I originally created it. But podcasting, I did it because, well, in part, everybody else is doing it, and it was the way to go. I mean, but
Wait. I just want to back up to April 13th. Wasn't that around the time that we met?
yeah, yep,
Oh my god.
yep,
The stars aligned.
yep. The stars. There are no accidents, and I was like right in the middle of a entanglement. Shout out to Jada.
I was just gonna say, all right, Jada. That is my new favorite word, though. I'm just
Right,
like, ooh, entanglement. That
right,
sounds so much better than situationship.
yeah,
Makes it sound elegant.
right, right. I think that's why she did
Not
it.
as not as millennially trashy.
Like the thesaurus is a good book.
I
Just like
love the
the thesaurus.
the thesaurus.
Yes, but I podcasting because um I wanted to get out there. I want to get my voice out there to people who didn't have TikTok. And everybody listens to
Mm-hmm.
podcasts. I don't care who you are, you have a podcast you listen to. At least one.
Right.
And not to toot my own horn, but there's 66 of you out there that I am your number one podcast. So,
Whoop whoop.
yeah. Shout out
Didn't you
to
didn't
those.
you have 184% growth from last year?
I did. I did from my old
I'm
podcast
so
to my
proud
new
of
one.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. I mean, it's very exciting. And again,
Right?
couldn't have done it without the help of you and our third P, Amber.
Shout out to my sister for the nice little cute pun.
Shout out, sister of Heather.
Literally.
Totally.
She was like, "What about three peas in a pod?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I love it."
I love that.
So
Oh,
that's just the OG three.
You have
What?
you I can't. I almost spoiled a surprise for you, but you're gonna love it. Shut up, Hunter.
Great. Another surprise that I don't know anything. I don't like surprises, guys. Oh God, by the time this airs, my husband will have taken me on our trip and everybody will know about it. But as of right now, it is December 8th, and my, my husband's taking me somewhere on my birthday, and I get to find out on my birthday, which is January 4th, and then we're going somewhere on the 14th, and I don't know where, and I don't like surprises, and it's making me just like very twitchy. And yeah, so great. Now another
Okay,
surprise.
fine. Because I hate
I'm
I
scared.
can't hold on to surprises anyway.
No. We can talk about it after the episode. We can definitely talk about it after the episode.
Right. Okay. Got you. Okay. Stay on track, Hunter.
But no, I also got peer pressured into a podcast, actually, but not in 2022. And well, I had technically been peer pressured for like 4 years, but I am stubborn, and it takes a while for me to cave. But my best friend had been telling me for a couple of years, probably since 2020, to do a podcast, and because I had a blog on borderline and all of that for a couple of years, and he was like, do the podcast, do the podcast, do the podcast. And I was like, no, like, what am I supposed to do with that? And then I was in LA. I feel like I've told this story before, but I was in LA, and but I will always give credit to him because honestly, I don't know. It was like divine intervention of some sort, but I was out visiting Rose, Justin, my best friend, and their buddy Dan. Well, it's my buddy too. It was me, Dan, and Justin for like the longest time, and then Rose came in and our semi-circle pit was complete. But then Dan's dating somebody, I'm married to somebody. But anyways, um, so yeah, we were in LA in late March, early April, and I remember walking into Dan's room because him and Justin were doing something with the band, and I don't know what possessed me to be like, "Can you send me like mic rocks?" He's like, "Why are you finally starting the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am."
Hmm.
And then I went home and went, "Shit, I'm really gonna do this."
I love that. I love that. And I'm glad you did. I'm really glad you did.
Me too. Me too. I love this.
The name.
It's definitely.
How long did it take you to come up with your name?
So, Hot Mess Espresso has actually been my whose podcast episode is this?
Oh yeah.
No, you can just definitely tell that we're both hosts because we're just like.
Yeah, and I apologize.
But
I'm trying.
no, I was kidding, dude. I love it. But yeah, actually, Hot Mess Espresso had been my Instagram handle for years because I was just a hot mess, and I really, really, really liked Americanos at the time. So I was like, and I love a good pun. I love a good dad joke, and I love a good pun. So it was like the Hot Mess Express, but espresso.
Yeah.
And it just and I wanted to change my name for the podcast for like ever. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to go with espresso because everybody says espresso, and it's a pet peeve, guys. It just is. So, I wanted to change it. And we kind of had something. And then, Dan had actually, texted me, and he was like, I had a dream that your logo was literally an espresso cup with coffee, and we had your name in the like steam. And I was like, all right, fuck it, it's Hot Mess Espresso, we're going with it. Like, there were just so many signs that this was what I was supposed to be doing. Yeah. So now we're here.
My real quick, the original name for my podcast was so it was going to be Mental Health, right? That was the name.
Mm-hmm.
But the MEN in mental was going to be colored different and capitalized, and then the HEAL would be the same color as men and capitalized. So it's say mental health, but it's say men heal.
I love that.
I actually have that in my bio on TikTok because I wanted to be more broad because everything connected
Yep.
to me was just felt better. I mean, I love the men heal thing, the mental health men heal, but everything is connected. Was just it connects everything. I mean, duh, like, and
Yeah.
maybe and it could have been a cop out, but I just vibed with that a lot better than that. So
No, well, no, it makes sense. And now that, not for nothing, now that your connection network includes two women and you were literally the only guy, it kind of works a little bit.
right, right.
So yeah, I mean, so my blog was called Diaries of a Borderline, and I wanted to stay with that name, but I also knew that eventually I wanted to expand on more than just borderline because there's a lot to talk about with borderline,
Mm-hmm.
but not so much that I was gonna have like just years and years and years. I knew I was gonna have to change eventually, so I also needed something that was a little more broad, a little more, I guess, versatile.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
and it's worked.
I like it.
It has worked. It's catchy,
So we had the
very
same
catchy.
idea. We had the same idea. We didn't
Yeah,
want to stay not stuck, but we don't want to stay in that little bubble that would.
I didn't want to box myself
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I like that.
yeah, no, it makes it. Oh God, it makes so much sense. So this is why we're friends. We're very similar.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we
We
are.
very much are.
So we get along.
I know, man. Like, I'm getting ideas for the next podcast connection episode just because of how well this flowed. I was kind of like, damn, I wish Amber was here, and
Right.
like,
Right.
it's just the three of us just mesh so well.
We
So
do.
it's like it's very odd when like we're missing one,
Right. And see, when I first
even on
started,
lives.
right, right, we were looking for you the other
Right.
day. Right.
I know. I saw that, and then it was like live has ended. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. But when I originally came up with the podcast connection network idea, I didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
you two. I didn't know either one of you. Um, I think I just barely met Amber's, but she was kind of like we had just known each other. We just met, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I had just met you, maybe. But when I came up with the network idea, I had a list of all these other podcasters. Didn't know even like Amber had a podcast at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So when I shut it down, like I shut down the idea because people fell out, and then I met you two. It just came. Everything played out the way it was supposed to. So
Yeah,
it was
it
beautiful.
worked.
Yeah.
Really did. Shout out to Doc because that's who really like
Mm-hmm.
Doc like connected me to our former mutual friend, and then Doc also connected us to Amber. Like, shout out to Doc, man. He's,
What up,
I mean, that's
Doc?
why he did the what up, Doc. That's literally what I want to say all the time. Every time I see him, I'm like, what up? We're awful. It's fine.
Do you have a carrot? You can do it with a carrot. What up, Doc?
Oh, I hate carrots. So somebody else is gonna have to take one for the team on that one. I do. I don't like them.
I'll take it. I'll take it for the team. I'll take the whole damn thing.
You'll take the whole carrot.
So anyway. Ah.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Oh
Can't
my
be
god.
serious
Well,
with me.
usually I know. Usually we do a rapid fire at the end of podcast episodes, but because of who I am as a person, it just didn't happen.
Okay.
But I do have one.
Okay.
One rep because you're from Utah. I just got to know. Park City or Salt Lake City?
Park City, 100%.
Ooh. And why?
It's it's a lot. This is gonna surprise you. It's a bit more bougie up there.
I'm not surprised at all. It's Park City.
Well, I mean, that's surprised by my answer, just because. I mean, like, I'm not a bougie person, but I can be.
You're really not.
I don't like to flash up my I like to appear plain unless I don't want to, and then I can style it up. You know what I mean? But I'm actually going to Park City over Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's fun.
You know.
I know. I know. I
Hmm.
can't wait to hear all the things.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Well, maybe not all the things.
I'll tell you everything in detail.
Oh God.
Salt Lake City has some beautiful things, though. By the way, Salt Lake is beautiful, especially this time
Yeah.
of year. But
Mm-hmm.
Park City just has more class.
I feel like Park Lake, just from what I've heard about it, because I have family that have gone to both. Park City is touristy, but hasn't been overrun like Salt Lake has.
Right. Salt Lake has a Salt Lake has a huge homeless problem, which I one day will fix, and I have a plan for that. It's a whole nother topic, though. But
Right.
Salt Lake is overran, and it hurts. It hurts my heart. Park City hasn't
Yeah.
gotten that because it's up there in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere. It'd be hard to get there on foot. Just saying.
True.
So.
Well, Park City is also known for like the skiing and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have the best snow on
I
earth.
feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like my dad skied in Park City one time. I'll have to ask him.
Michael Jordan
I
owns a
can't
house
remember.
up there. Justin Bieber, Post Malone, like Beyonce and Jay Z have a place up there. Like who's who has places up in Park City because the Sundance Film Festival is right around the corner. So
Is
there's
it
the
really?
yep, yep.
Oh. I mean, that sounds like where I need to go because I want to get away somewhere in the middle of a mountain and just not talk to people for a few days.
Yeah, Park
That would
City.
be that would be amazing.
I'll send you some
Considering
information.
all I do for a living is talk to people,
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't. I just want to like leave my phone in a corner somewhere and just peace out for 3 days. Like I'll have my location on so my family knows I'm alive, but
But if you come to Utah and you don't say hi to me,
I will say hi to you. Oh my goodness.
so help
I mean, Will
you.
and I were actually talking about going to Lake Tahoe, but I feel like I get overwhelmed every time I plan a trip out there just because there's so much.
There is. Park City's still quiet.
Like,
Park City can still be quiet too.
that's the thing. I think I need less options because when I'm like, oh, Lake Tahoe, I want to stay in Nevada and not in California, which means that there's less options, but there's still 5 trillion. And I'm like, I don't. I just want to go somewhere where, because like we're not outdoorsy people. We're not gonna go hike. Like we're outdoorsy, but like with
Yep.
my limitations and stuff. We're not gonna go hiking. We're not gonna go skiing. We'll go for like maybe a stroll at best. But like I want to explore small businesses and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. I just kind of want to, but I also kind of want to sit on a porch, stare at a mountain, and not think about my life for just
Yeah,
a day.
yeah,
That would be great.
yeah. No, I
So,
know the perfect spot for you. I can see the place right now. I love Park City. So
yeah. No, I'll have to put Park City down like on maybe the next time my family goes skiing, I'll tag along and be like, so I'll just be over here. Like you just check in. Like,
fall and winter for
I don't
sure.
know.
Fall and winter for sure in Park City.
Oh, fall for sure.
Hmm.
I might get off with you and just like,
Do it.
just Park City in the fall.
Yeah, I was
If my
planning.
webcam wasn't on right now, I would 1000% just be like Googling that right now.
I was planning some stuff for Valentine's Day, and we're gonna do a sleigh ride with some Clydesdales
Ooh,
up to a 5-star restaurant.
jeez, what a romantic.
Yeah, I mean, what
You
can I
can
say?
be.
I can be. Yeah,
I mean, go big or go home.
I mean, well, yeah.
You're done.
Chapstick for sale, y'all. Chapstick for sale.
Oh my god, no.
I'm kidding. That ends that.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you want chaos? Here's
Well,
your
thanks
chaos.
so much for coming on.
I love you, Heather. Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
All right. It was so good to see you.
See ya.